call you. The flavors of the islands ripening the sun.
Rich in vitamins A and C.
Follow your island spirit. It's the rhythm of the islands. We go upgrade your strength by grace.
Enjoy.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy.
Tropical rhythms. Drinking it up.
Attitude. Give me attitude.
Next.
Action. Guys, where's the ice cream? Cut! In 4 delectable flavors, the new Super Premium Royal Ripple ice cream is smooth, unbelievably rich, and far more affordable than you think. Royal Ripple Super Premium from Sterling Products Limited.
What do you do with your old vehicle batteries, cell phones, and computers? Bring them to Dens Trading. They specialize in recycling your old batteries from your car or truck or from devices like your cell phone and out-of-service computer motherboards. Dens Trading will give you cash for the devices you want to throw away. So what are you waiting for? Come into Dens Trading at 39 Broad Street, Charlestown, Georgetown today or call them on 616-0412, 622-0455, 670-0268 or 225-9444.
As the Ministry of Social Protection continues to improve the transparency, accountability, and service delivery of the senior citizens pension system, we're kindly advising all beneficiaries of the senior citizens pension to contact their nearest GCOM office and make an application to update their information to the 9-digit National Identification Card. As of March 1, 2018, the Ministry of Social Protection will not be facilitating the processing of senior citizens' pension vouchers without the presentation of the 9-digit identification card. We thank you for your cooperation.
This is a message from the Ministry of Social Protection.
You have always trusted Kestudy's Gospel Music Center for the best in gospel CDs and DVDs. He has also been known as the best person to duplicate your CDs and DVDs. Download your favorite gospel music on memory cards, flash drives, smartphones, and other devices. Well, now, Kestudy has moved to a bigger and better location at Lot 206 Eastern half of Charlotte Street between Alexander and Camp Streets. For more information, call Kestudy on 600-3991 today. Kestudy's Gospel Music Center, the home of gospel music in Guyana.
And good evening. Welcome to another edition of You Are Not a Mistake. Nope. You, Bianco, me, da-da-da-da-da. You know, yeah, we're not a mistake. How y'all doing? Everybody good? Hope you had a pleasant day. Today was pretty much overcast, some rains. It's cool, and then it's cold inside, you know. But we're going to keep it hot up in here. I want to say pleasant good night to all our viewers and listeners here and abroad. Those of you viewing via the YouTube, Guyana Trusted Television, pleasant good night to you. Thank you. And tonight we'll be having a pretty interesting discussion that we want you to be a part of. You know, every time we have a topic of interest, we include you, the people, because this program is about all of us, all right? We take you up with us, you know. We don't go and left you down at the bottom and say, when we make it, then we can come for you. No. We walk together, all right? And so I really do hope you're in high spirits and all is well with you. I hope you had a pleasant Mashemani, you know, 48 Republic, cooperate and celebrate. Republic 48, nice rhymes, you know? Yeah, so we want to talk a little bit on how was your march? How it was for you, how you see Mashemani this year, what needs to be added to make it more interesting, make it more Guyanese, because there's a lot of talk about us, the blueprint, you know, we copying other regions and things like that. So I want us to touch on these things, also in terms of our local artists. And sometimes people offended when you say local because they say you belittle them.
By saying local?
For me, local is that you're Guyanese, which means you're local.
So what do you prefer you to say?
International artists.
And they're here?
And they're born in Guyana. So local becomes like an offense when you tell an artist, hey, you're local, but it becomes offensive to them. Like if you tell
So
them,
people interested in the title, whatever they're being addressed as.
no, it's a misunderstanding of the word. Because if we were learned in that regard, then they would not have made an argument out of it.
Indeed.
You see? So we're going to teach. Well, we're not going to beat and teach. We're just going to teach tonight, all right? So good night to you once again. Thank you for having us in your home. And the beautiful Bianca Cummins is here tonight as well to share the program. And so last week I wasn't here. My apologies. I had other engagements. And so I know she's able, capable, the girl. She can deal with the things, them. And you know, so I could left the program for a whole month and she just run the things just like that.
You better believe that.
Well,
You better believe it.
tell him I left you for a month. So I'm watching the wrong camera there. Anyway, sorry about that. I was watching my camera, minding my own business, so the two of us camera. So, good night, B. How you
Good
doing?
night, sir.
You good? How was the march girl? You look like you're proper trample up the tongue.
What? No way. Not one bit of it. You won't believe. I went this.
You ever went out to march, man?
Yeah, I went out before, but
So, what caused the, I would say, I don't know, like your non-interest?
well, the thing is, I just thought, let me just stay in, relax, and get some work done at home. So I washed, I cooked, I cleaned, I spent time with loved ones. For me, it was just a blessing to stay home and just chill with my family and the people I love, I really, really love.
So, what you don't dig? The music, the
No,
the
it's
gyration, the rotation, the oscillation?
No, it was nothing of the sort. I
You
just,
just didn't feel it?
I wasn't feeling it.
Okay.
I really wasn't feeling
But
it.
people are saying that this was after a very long time. March is back.
That, you see, that's the thing, Kester. Yes, art fine. You probably may feel that, you know, it's back. Don't get me wrong, whoever had fun, that's fine, that's you. But for me, I just decided, Layla, I'm going to stay in, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to chill, I'm going to cook, and I'm going to clean. Yes, and I'm going to do some washing. And most importantly, I'm going to spend time with the people I care about. Because, yes, they were home chilling with me too, you know?
So you had March at home.
That's right.
Well, two of us.
You were home too?
Yeah, I was home. I was at the flag raising ceremony. So
Oh, okay.
I
Beautiful.
reached home pretty late. I have all these programs on the radio in the morning, so it takes a lot out of me. So I just took the time. I didn't miss anything because it was all there in the television. It was all there on the radio.
Oh, you were tuning in on the
I was
television.
following what's happening on the radio and the television. So for the past 3 years, that's how I spend March at home.
Okay. Well, though I was at home,
I
I
know-
didn't turn the TV on.
I know personal reason for that, but based on the word on social media and everything, I'm a social media person. You know, I got a lot of pay attention to a lot of what's happening there because of what I'm involved in.
Right.
And so based on that feedback, it shows that persons really enjoy themselves. Based on the costumes and float that I would have seen, it shows that March to Mani, for what it truly is, the Republic celebrating the nation as a republic, which float will depict certain tourist sites and symbols, national symbols that we have, and things like that. That's what March for me, that's what it's supposed to be about. For the past couple of years, we would have, step aside a little bit on that and it become more like a party atmosphere,
Right.
rather than float and meaning to
Yeah.
the celebration,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So that killed my interest. So, I just stayed home. My children, they're big enough now, they will go out and enjoy themselves. And my daughter said, Dad, me ain't feel it. She stay home. So my son went out, my wife went out, they had their fun. But myself and Dad, we stayed home. And we had fun as well.
Exactly.
Watching on the
Nothing is wrong with
television.
everybody does their thing differently. And
Yeah.
my pain is flying out my hair.
Yeah, so, guys, how was it for you? I know a lot of you went out there. Some of y'all cried out for your ankle bone, your shin bone, your knee bone, your thigh bone, and your backbone. And cried out for sunburn.
It's sunburn indeed. Yo, that sun was hot. That sun was really
Well,
hot.
I wouldn't know. I was inside.
That's why I decided to put some clothes on the line.
Hey, and let it blow out of that. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So that was it for me for the weekend. had a lot of activities otherwise. Something I want to share about quickly before we get into, and this is where you're going to spin off on the real discussion on artists in Guyana and the complaint of us not being original. When I came into the gospel arena in 1993 to now, so now, help me out, right? I met
Over 20 years.
yeah, over 20, so long about, you know. I met people like Ian Graves, Miriam Williams, Charlie Maloney. These were some of the foundation people at the time.
And Eddie was there too?
No.
No? Niblet?
Eddie come out through me rankings.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
You know, it's
That
all right.
was
No,
pretty
I'm happy that, because a lot of people don't know the history of Eddie and all these guys, but because these things, you see why people don't know this thing, because Christians get a way of, you know, when you say certain things, like if you're coming across bossy,
Oh,
you know, but how would people know unless you say it?
that's true. That's true. But there's a certain way you put things over. I mean,
No, but some people don't want you to talk about it, period, because if you talk about it, I mean, you're bragging that, you know, you did this, and so you shouldn't say nothing. That's how it is in
That's
certain
right.
quarters within the Christian
yeah, but you can't
community.
control the way people think. So
Yeah, correct.
That's fine.
Right? So I would have noticed over the years within the body of Christ in terms of how people are being honored, if any. In most cases, you hear when people dead in a box, then you hear how good they were, but that was never conveyed to them while they were alive. So what's the sense saying it then when they can't hear or receive anything that you're saying?
You see, people are so busy these days with life.
Yeah, because there's an excuse.
It's not an excuse. I'm just saying what people need to do is they need to find time, make time for people who are priority in your life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. I didn't see that you were getting there. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm going to be disgusted tonight, so forgive me. But on a real note, this, it becomes, you see people who would have, all right, I don't have a problem. Somebody might just come out and they get recognized for this singing skills or talent or whatever, and you honor them. But we bypass persons who would have paved the way, build a foundation so that the house could be steady and not fall apart. So these foundation people become of age, so they're overlooked.
Is that how you see it?
Yes, in many instances, it is. And so, especially, I'm talking in the area of the body of Christ here,
I understand that.
right? And I stand corrected when the lines open. People could call and correct me. I don't have a problem. But I want to speak about this. And sometimes, let me say, they get some award, mainly in the Caribbean. Guyana really get on the steady. I mean, it tried a few times, but not to that extent because it wasn't sorted out properly. Because, I mean, if you have an award, you have to have people who throughout the year are monitoring what is happening, what is taking place, who is doing what. And so you keep a record of how people, you know,
I follow you.
you know, so you come up with a list of names that, you know what, throughout the year, this person was very effective in this area, and you're looking at it every year. You're looking at it in the media, you're looking at it in music, you're looking at it in every aspect of the body of Christ. So it's not just people who sing and get an award. Everybody.
Yeah, I follow you.
So what you find in the Caribbean, what people does, is that they get a list of names, and then people have to vote. Now that, honestly, I got a problem with that, because if I gotta sign up on dotted lines to be nominated, and then people gotta come and then vote for me, then I don't want an award like that. It must be a case where, listen, Bianca did a good job,
Let's honor her.
and let's call her and her family, and let's honor her for what she did. That is an award for me.
I can tell that this is something you really
Passionate
had on your mind
about.
for a very long time.
Of
because
course.
It's not the first time I've heard you talk about this very
Yeah,
thing.
it bothers me. Why do we have to sign up and people have to vote? This was election for an award. If people are good enough and they did what they did, then it should be enough finance or funding to support such an event. Whereas you just call people and just award them. Why it has to be like a competition? And then with that, the spirit behind it, then you got people who feel that they deserve to have the award above the other person. And so what you find, people become bitter with other people.
And
because,
competitive. Yeah.
And then others who coming up now fight to feel well, you know. Yeah, I got a thing like that, man. I never forget an award, you know, because this is the thing now. I got to record at that studio. I got me track off a bill by this person. And people start taking sides. So we don't want something like that in the body of Christ. It must be such an open thing that people must feel free to go anywhere and get the same level of love and respect, because not based on who you do it with, but the intensity in which you do it and the commitment in which. And so based on that, you're being rewarded, because there's a body who's honestly looking on. And so this is what we're doing. To change, because something talking is not just it, but you got to talk and act.
Well, that's the other thing. That's the other
Right?
thing.
So a body of us, or a team of us, we came together, and we will be honoring one of our foundation pioneer in the gospel. His name is Ian Graves. When you cut up in, you know him?
Sing it again.
His presence, when we walking in his heart. If you know though, I got a plan. I got a plan that will change this land.
Hey.
How old were you when you heard that song?
I'm guess come on, man. I can't remember. Probably, I probably wasn't.
Since 93, the brother Rocket and got a plan. You know, I hear the plan long.
Yeah, I love that song.
But has this brother been awarded? No. So what we're doing is not just giving people a piece of glass or crystal and put a name on it and say, best artist of the year. Because that could fall and break, and then what happened? There goes your what?
So what you intend to do?
So we came together and we will be hosting this brother a concert, or, well, an event in form of a concert, honoring him, where various artists within the
like
body will be singing a song, sing it in our own style and fashion. Not only that, the proceeds, the money from the event, because people are not paying, you're not say you're paying to go in. You're coming out to support Ian,
Right,
but the
but
seats are ticketed. So you contribute towards, because even if you ain't got to come in, at least you could still make a contribution by writing a check or whatever your contribution is. And you could still, if Ian has an account, you give an account number and you put that money there to show your support for what.
That's actually good though. That's
So
good.
at the end of the day, if you make $10 million, $10 million for
goes to
Ian.
him.
So he could build a house, he could buy a car, whatever you want. At least he will remember, you know what? Before I die, the people of Guyana.
And that is actually important.
Yeah.
Now when next thing the man pass away, then you hold a big concert in honor
I want
of
a big
him.
fancy wreath. The man could do that with a wreath money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The man could do that with a wreath money, or the nice cologne. You know, if you buy a cologne and give you, say, oh,
But
yeah.
suppose he's watching us now. Now he's already expecting this, what you're gonna say.
No, he knows. He knows.
Oh, he knows.
Because we asked his permission on these matters. And this will not just be for Ian, but this will be the trend happening every year.
To honor
we will be
an artist.
honoring
Okay.
somebody
That's beautiful.
just like this.
That's nice.
So it's beyond, you know, a piece of glass or whatever. We're not beating up on anybody who is doing that. Congrats to them. That's how they see it. But I just have a different view. And I think if you really want to honor somebody, you know, give them something that they will remember.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, I got the same crystal awards and them thing with name on it and all. It break. So, me ain't got nothing to remember that I had, though.
well, you have a pic. Didn't you take pictures?
I can't find the picture.
Oh man. Oh, shucks.
And then when we cheering them, the young, they used to pull along, pull out the yarn and this
Oh, so
thing.
then-
You know what I mean? So, what you going to do? Sure, right? So, that, you know, that. But we see when you get the money, you know, you could choose, you know what? Yeah, I always wanted, I always wanted, you know, so you get this, you know what to do with it. Somebody could say, you know what? I love Ian, impacted my life so much. And Ian impacted generation, because a lot of people, a lot of youngsters who are in the music business this time, they came up during Ian era and they would have learned a whole lot from him. I learned from him. So if they want to get myself in trouble, we get to go to Bartica.
So that the song that you sang, "Plenty Fire on the Left," that's inspiration from him.
Well,
Plenty
not
fire on
everything,
the
but
left.
you know, I mean, how we did things. Sometimes when you get beat up, because when I came in with my kind of style, my style of singing, yeah, I did the church reggae, but I came with the real radical dancehall reggae in the church.
Whose was this?
When I came in, people said people plead the blood of Jesus. They said they bring the war in the church and all of that. I go through that. So till it reached to the extent that I you know, say, you know what, unless I go back out there, you know. Because for me, Bianca,
Oh, you didn't feel accepted.
no. For me, I use the best gift that I had to praise God. That is what I know. I didn't know nothing else.
That's why you didn't feel accepted. So you felt, you know what?
That kind of singing was not popular in the church.
Right.
Especially here in Guyana. I was, you know, hallelujah.
Worship.
Well, I mean, my singing is worship too.
Yeah, but then it's a form of, like, you know, praise.
Huh?
Like praise, like you know, a worship song is different from a praise song. What's this expression about?
No, that's a whole other debate
no,
by
no,
itself.
no, no, no. All right, listen.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
are worshiping God with your song.
With my style of
Inter-
singing, right?
Right. But
A different kind of, different genre.
right.
But
So,
rightfully, you said that. But in reality, that's what some people think it is. They feel the slow version of singing is worship. And my kind of singing is like, whatever.
like a praise.
Whatever. They don't see it as worship. That's the thing. And that's another problem I got. Because, I mean, that's my worship to God. So you might like it, but God accept it. Can you imagine? You ever think about how David danced? I make his clothes fall off. How you dance and your clothes fall off? You could be doing a hallelujah. You could do the whole year. Well, if you're eating, your clothes might fall off from you know, losing weight and you get mark on them things and your clothes fall off. But David was dancing.
I follow your line of thought.
You follow my line of thought. Where's your thought on?
Well, you see, Kester,
We keeping it real, right?
my opinion, especially as it relates to this crystal thing that you made mention of.
Say what you gotta say, girl.
The thing is, everybody does things differently, right? You may accept, you know, the whole concert and worship in that format, but for another person, he or she might accept it differently. They might think, listen, I really prefer the award. This is like, I feel honored by this award. Like, I'm receiving a crystal, I'm receiving a plaque of all the work that I did, and this is, I feel appreciated by this gesture. Yes, it might fall and break or whatever, but in that moment, when I receive it, it was magical. I felt amazing to know that these people set aside the time to honor me in this way.
Yeah, but you have to fight for it.
But that fight part, you know, that's a different topic altogether, the whole fight thing.
No,
I don't,
it in syncs with the exact thing, you know. Voting for an award.
I guess, I'm assuming, I'm not sure. They
Yeah, I mean, we debated here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You
you
know,
have your.
They're probably trying to mirror the way the Americans do it, in the sense that, you know, they would have nominees and then people would vote and stuff like that, and whoever the public believe that they prefer, they win it or whatever, you honor that person. So, Kester, I'm not sure.
It's kind of ticklish, right? I
I'm not
know.
sure. I really don't want to touch much on that. But I understand that this means a lot to you, and I don't have a problem with it. With
Bianca,
your,
no, it didn't really have a lot to do with me, but in general, and I mean, I'm out there. You hear people say things, you know, but not everybody is bold enough to come forward and say these things. So they rather speak behind closed doors or among them peers.
I must say though that it is sad to know that they wouldn't honor certain people, like just straight off the bat honor them, like Eon, like you mentioned, and other persons. So
Over 30 years of ministry.
right, so people like, of course, like people like those that are building a legacy from so long, they of course deserve the honor. You have to vote to know that there is no doubt he deserves it, right? So I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Because, you know, I mean, you're looking at it, you see, they get appreciation for various things. Come on, man. What happens to people who will, you know, give up their time and family? I could tell you straight off the bat. There's a lot of time, I mean, you leave your family for days and you know. I mean, you do what you do for the love of Christ or whatever, but at the end of the day, it bites into your family and your time and your job and all of that. You understand what I'm saying? And so we could go in depth and speak about this on a more, you know, personal level, but this is not about me, but it's something that is affecting a lot of people generally outside, but who do not want to come forward and say, sadly, you know. I don't know why people don't want, they'd rather speak behind because, I mean, sometimes you could be victimized, right? Because of speaking out on certain matters, people treat you as use the devil in hell. Even though you're speaking on things, you know, not to beat up on anybody, but to see that there's a problem and help to find solution to correct that. So that you can't hurt others by doing the same thing. Because you can't do the same thing every day and look for a different result.
That's right.
If you keep doing one thing and it's the same result, you can keep getting all the time. So in order to bring change, then you got to change whatever it is.
That's why whoever is hurting or is really disturbed about this particular thing should step forward and speak out, because you are not saying anything about it is not changing the situation at all. So in every given moment, you realize that this is what's happening and you want to speak out. By all means, speak out, because nobody would never know how you really feel unless you tell them, you know?
Say what you want to say. Say what's on your mind. Yeah. Here. The other issue of artists, people saying we are not original.
What do you mean? Like you don't bring your own flavor?
Yeah, we copy things from other people and bring it here. What's your take on that? I want to hear yours before.
Why? You go.
You want me to go? Well, I won't say, all right, let me start with me. I don't like the gossip thing. I always like using myself as an example. When I started, because remember when I came in, there was nobody building no reggae beat. So what I did is the reggae beat that was already built by the secular, I take it and I converted it into gospel. But I put the scriptures in there. The beat is whatever, but the words is scriptural.
No, let me just intervene right
All
there.
right, go ahead.
When I first heard one of your songs, the same secular beat.
Which one?
I can't remember which one it was, but whatever it was, it had the secular beat, right? But the words were of God, right? So I was like,
yeah, it was a battle.
I was confused. I'm like, what do I do? Do I jump up and down? Do I whine? Do I raise my hand? I don't know what to do, because the rhythm reminds me of the song.
So you know the secular song.
Right, the rhythm reminds me of the song. But this rhythm is coming with a different
message.
Right. So I'm like, what? Confusion right there. What do I do? But then I'm like, it's on the plus side of things, it's actually drawing young people, because it's a catchy beat, and then as you catch the beat, the words flow. So it's like, if something is to happen and you remember this beat right away, you remember those very words. And those words can comfort you, and so it has its pros and its cons at the same time. Mostly though, I like the fact that I was really, really young at the time, and it really caught my attention. I'm like,
Yeah, should I jump up and down like, you know what I mean? I'm happy. But the sad thing is, in these instances, if people have their opinion on something, rather than confront you on it, they will just say things, but they're not saying it to you directly, but they're saying it, which I have a problem with, because I think if you think something in cutting it for you, and you know the individual that is doing it, the right thing I think is to do is confront them and say, hey. Well, some young person come and say, hey, Brother Kester, is this? And so when they come to me, I was able to explain to them. Now, in our fairness, if when I came in the church and they had persons who were already building these beats and these kind of things, it would have been easier for me to come and say, well, listen, this is the words I have, and this word.
I understand.
But they had no gospel recording studio or whatever. So I had to work with what was available at the time.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And so that was caused, but over time, when the studio started falling into place and the church started to accept it, and I must give God a high note of praise for my senior pastor, Pastor Messiah. He stood with me through it, in spite of, some of you big people say, he was there. He said, y'all don't understand what God doing and blah, blah, blah. Pastor Medroy Brandt, at the time he was a youth pastor, he stood with me. There's so many people who stood with me
like
and
I
said,
said, though the rhythm was that of the world, your message was different.
Of course. You know one of the secrets about that? My songs, if you check my first album, Jesus Come First, my songs were word-based. So they had no argument in terms of the lyrical content of my songs. But the problem what they had is what? You're taking the beat out of, but where is the Christian beat? That was my question.
At the time.
That was my question. Yes.
Where was the beat
that
at that
was my
time?
question to them. Where is the gospel beat?
At that time.
There were none. So then they have no excuse.
Well, now I understand. So.
You see that?
No,
But Bianca never asked me nothing, man. I mean, you friend, and we come from so long. I mean, I had to have this. You mean I had to have this caution for this governor, man? She make her have to plan him for wars and that kind of thing, But, you know what people be helped tonight? And I said, listen, I went through the length and breadth of this nation. I see so many young people. Because not only we sing, but at the end of it, we make sure we make an altar call. A lot of young people give their hearts to the Lord during that time. A lot of young folks pull up. That's where Eddie Neblett comes in, Solid Youth come in, and you name them.
But Eddie Neblett songs, like, there was one of his songs, Love and Unity. That song came out sometime around your time, right? And I was like, I like this song.
This the other day.
I have a question for you, though.
Go right ahead, girl. Shoot.
So, remember we're talking about this, the fact that you use secular rhythm. And you use this rhythm and, you put the gospel lyrics to it. Now, if, let's say, Royalty Dance Company wants to use that song to praise God, what type of dance would you expect them to use?
They would be creative in terms of choreographing the word. Not so much of the beat, but what the word is saying. They would, gesticulate the
so
meaning
you're saying
to
that instead of
the beat,
focusing on this rhythm,
the word, they would take the word and they would put that into action.
they would display the words like, oh
but,
God, and
but within the beat.
Like
the beat has come fast.
Okay.
But to keep the rhythm going there, but from the action, they're telling you, well, God come first, and what I mean?
I see what you're saying. So let me ask you this. Do you have a problem with, what is your take on Christians dancing hip-hop dance movements to like gospel, reggae, and like break dance and, these foot movements and these type of things.
Moonwalk and things.
Yeah.
Nothing easy, not wrong with it.
Okay.
I mean, you could use the arts to give. It's all about who the praise is going to. Because remember when Jesus was tested in the wilderness? One of his tests was because the devil wants you to worship. You see, this thing is about worship. It's who you're worshiping. It's either you're worshiping God or you're worshiping the devil. It ain't got no middle passage. God or the devil.
That's valid.
The devil said, if you shall only bow down and worship me, this we telling Jesus, I will give you all of these, showing you the kingdom of the world. And if you look today, Bianco, young people are being offered they've been offered the world. They offer money, they offer gold, mansions, whatever. Only if you bow down, sign on the dotted lines, accept
that you sell your oaths
oath to the devil. And you will see, you will flourish. You will get the money, the rise, the lifestyle. But at the end, what does it profit you spiritually? Where does your soul goes after? Because
What
if
shall
you
it
sell it
profit
to
a
the devil,
man?
you gain the world and lose his soul. So the struggle is, and I said that to say, when I just came out and hot, I was offered on 2 occasions. One was to go on a cruise ship to work for $900 a month. Listen, me, that time I did working for like $5,000 a week.
So that would have
I
been,
did broke.
that would have been this for you.
I did broke. So if I was about money and not the spiritual well-being of my soul, then I would have gone with the offer. And then because I didn't go on the ship and sing no gospel, you know.
You would have
'Cause
been singing
you have to
secular
sing
music.
everything right. Because the second person who came to me, he said, "Pa, you know who's you?" I just done perform after Papa San consort. The man said, "Pa, you know who's you?" So I take him back by the question, like, I mean if I know who is me. It's me, it's Castelline. Yeah, we know. Pa, you know you just do that? You got passport? I say, yes. Yeah, you give me your passport and next week you're in England. This is a local band at the time. The band is no longer there. And this is the leader of the band who is offering me to go to a foreign country. So I said, to sing gospel? He said, no, not sing gospel.
You see, and I'm really happy you brought that point up, because so many times in life we're offered so many different things, but it takes courage to say no.
Because of the offer is so, let's say, not everything that great is gold.
Yeah. No, but it's very valid and
Yeah.
important that we understand this principle. Not everything that comes before you, every offer, every opportunity, you have to agree to and say, you know what? Yes, I'll jump and go with it. There are some things you just have to definitely say no. Because look the example that Kester gave. Had he said yes, what would have happened there?
Yeah. I might get a couple hundred US in my pocket or whatever, but my life would have been a mess because sometimes you never know what happens when you go out there.
The thing is that you would have to ask yourself, would it make you happy?
Well, that's another thing.
Would it make you happy? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, whatever you're doing, you have to know that this makes you happy. This is what you want.
Correct.
You understand? So if it was somebody, if your priorities were that you're going to value money above whatever you do, then most definitely an offer like that, anybody would take up if money was their
issue.
If that was their value.
Right.
Now, how do you know what people value? You look at what they spend most of their time doing, who they spend most of their time with. That's how you know what they value. You spend most of your time working daily. Of course you spend time with your family as well, but you spend most of your time working. You're constantly on the go. That means you value your work, and indirectly it means you value your family, because had you no value for them, you wouldn't have been out here doing all the work you're doing to ensure they're happy.
Correct.
You understand? But some people might see that the other way, like, oh, he doesn't value his family because he's always away.
Busy. Some people say that.
He's always away from
always
them.
on the radio. You're always on the TV. What time do you have? You know what I mean? But that's an understanding before I get married. When my wife and I was courting, she saw how busy I was. So I told her, I said, when we married, don't feel this thing on change. It might even get hotter. So she know at the back of her mind, as much as this guy, yes, we can get our time, but when you gotta go, you gotta go. She understands that. And so that's the only person I think I owe an explanation to.
Yeah. For me,
for what I do.
My father, oh my gosh, this man is
workaholic.
Really a hard worker. And as a child growing up, I used to be like, but why this man is not at home? Oh gosh, you're trying to spend some time with him. Even though he's at home, he would be working. Today, as an adult, let me tell you, I salute my father. You hear? Salute big time. Because I understand now why he had to work so tirelessly to ensure that I was okay, to ensure I have a good education, to ensure that I'm well taken care of, that I don't have to go around the place begging for stuff. Which would I prefer? That he's not working to make ends meet, to make me happy, ensure that I have my basic necessities and that I'm loved? or to know that he's always in my face. You know, I have him all day and I'm hungry. You know, there is no light. I cannot study.
I said, Daddy gonna do something, no man, and change the situation. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So you have to say no to certain situations, and you just generally have to know what your values are.
But look, today I've turned that down, and today the same gift that I keep giving to God allows me to travel wherever. If I want to go to England, I could go to England.
That's right.
You know, people pay my passage to go to the US and go here in the Caribbean and all of that.
And you know, Kester, it takes it. You know, you were patient, you were humble, you were slow and steady. And I remember a quote, they say, slow and steady wins the race.
1-1 dirty field.
1-1 dirty build. Yes, indeed.
Kitty cat 1 for dollar.
Exactly. You don't just let me tell you something. Anybody comes to you with a particular offer, and this offer is so juicy, and they want you to just jump on board right away like that.
Watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Something is up.
Up, yeah.
Something
I was in a rush, you know.
Yeah. Don't be rushed to do anything. You think things through. Understand. In fact, the most important thing is connect with God. Let Him guide you in every decision you make. It's so important. I'm telling you. Because if you don't do that, you'll be your ship will be sailing in some directions. When you reach there, you see the sharks coming and swords coming in all directions. You're like, God.
Yeah, help.
You know, but then when you were told first, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all His righteousness and all these things, not some of these things, all these things will be added on to you. And so I really commend you for for doing what you did and to turn those offers down, because look at you today.
Yeah, out of the brook. And that's where the devil tests you the most, you know.
Exactly.
In your worst of your situation, that is where the offers come. And you know, we got to caution our youths. I mean, I put myself out on a limb for you guys, you know, in terms of, you know, venting for you, because I know I was once young. And don't try to get things easy and fast with a shortcut thing. You're not going to enjoy it, you know.
Exactly.
You know, people don't want to go through.
You won't even live to enjoy it.
They don't want to. They don't want to go through stuff, Bianca. They want everything to be, you know, pop. You know, need a car, pop. Car in your lap. You don't want to walk for the car, save, walk. No, right away, car, pop. You want house, pop.
Let me intervene.
Go right ahead.
Intervene. All right. So you're working, you're making money, you want to buy a car. Let me ask you this. Is that car going to make money for you? I mean, come on. You're making money. You're earning an honest salary. And you want to buy a car. Is this car making you money? Or are you just going to buy this car so you could get by, go to work, you could go to church, you can go wherever. You still have to pay for the car. You still have to find gas. You still have to do maintenance. So my thing is this. You want to buy a car? Fine. That's okay. Let the car bring money in. So you still have your job. You have this car, but it's bringing money in. It's paying for itself. In other words, invest in assets. What are assets? Assets are things that pay you. That's the way I see it.
She is an we call it. I had a word just now. It slipped me. Economist.
I'm telling you this, Art. You might get me wrong on this, but listen.
No. It's Art. Reason, girl.
That's how the rich people think. That's how successful people think. When they get paid, they don't invest money in things that don't give them back money, you know.
Turnover.
I'm telling you. And the profit they make from that, they keep turning it over. And it's a cycle. They always invest in assets, things that will bring more money in. And so you have more than one arenas that give you money. Yeah?
Teach, Bianca, teach. I tell you. Listen, Dominic put up the number, throw up the number on the screen. Let's hear from our people on the outside. I mean, Bianca was telling me, you know, she can't tell me a lot. She connect with you guys. So let's connect tonight and let's see what is the feelings like on the outside. If you have a contribution to make towards our discussion,
give us a call.
You know,
give us a call.
I see my cell phone going off all the time because the numbers was up. So there's the landline number for the studio live. Call that number and you get to us here. And you can show your contributions. Because sometimes we complain all the time. We say what the problems are, but we're not offering any solutions. So.
Well, I just offered you one in terms of money.
Money, yeah. How you know, the rich syndrome.
The successful people, yeah.
How they make it, you know.
Yeah,
you know. So let me make sure this thing is up. Good. Phone is up and running. Numbers on your screen. Contribute to the discussion.
In the meantime, they're coming in and don't be shy, guys. Call, not to worry.
This is our topic, you know. People don't want to touch a certain.
Let me tell you this, Kesto. You got your money. You want to make an investment. But you know what? Especially some women, right? Women, especially, a matter of fact, they would go walk the streets and be like, you know what? I like this stuff. I like this stuff right here.
Okay.
And I getting a call?
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
Call it good night.
Marcus.
Yes, my brother.
How are you, man?
Bless.
I really love it. I really love you and your young lady coming.
Bianca, yeah.
Yeah, Miss Bianca.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the first thing, you know, is the right thing you're saying. You can't, it's either worshiping God or worshiping the devil. Right? It can be no much more you could worship, but I think the right thing is to worship God because time is going. You don't know the time, the moment, and the hour. And it's time that a lot of young people could give them life to God. There's nothing better than God, my brother. Don't care what. You could be the president, you could be a CEO, you could be a minister. You must know God.
Correct.
Because it's God you gotta know. Don't care whoever you be in this life.
I like his energy.
You must know God.
I love his
because
energy.
You could be this, you could be that, you could be that, you could be what.
Exactly.
You got to know God.
And the story.
And we protect the body. Because listen, some of them say, I know God, I'm a big buy with them money. But soon something I'm them, oh God. You know what I mean? And them thing with soon something happens, is oh God. And then, and next thing, you know, I notice you got some people, because I go to church. I notice that some people go to church, worshiping God. I know when these people don't worship God, I want you to shine some light for it for me too. When these people don't worship God, these people got an attitude of like, you know, you're there and you're worshiping God. Then when you don't worship God now for you, tell a brother and sister you do shake them man, they got an attitude problem. What kind of people is them? It's not God and worshiping them, gotta be worshiping the devil, my brother. Because when you worshiping God, the glory, you feel so joyful, but
yeah.
It's going sometimes boring. And by the time you start worshiping God, you know this joy come from.
Yeah.
And this joy is being you. And then when you telling me you don't worship.
And you can't hug a brother or shake a brother hand, it's something wrong with it. I see what you're saying.
You got to be worshiping the devil. You understand me? But you tell me, man, it gotta be the devil you worshiping. As Bianca was saying just now. It's right, some people, this life we're going on, people just want a car, they want a phone. Right? Let me think about the house, you know. They want a car or a phone. Car bringing in no money, but car you're going to drive around, you know, tint up it. You're going to blow up on Bianca. Bianca so nice, you blow up on Bianca. How you doing?
Pop up.
Bianca, you doing, girl? You like to walk or something? You
no,
know?
no girl. You're going to red so far, you're going.
So, you know, but you see, people got to get conscious because just because you were saved, it's just like say. I was a bad man, I run me bad man on road and all kind of thing, you know, and I just decided to give me life to God. And I tell you about the Kester, you think you got nothing more so sweet than praising God.
Word.
That's what I tell you. Nothing more. The same party. I party by home, you know, no car wine and thing, praising God, so, and them things, no, you understand, man, I ain't trying to praise more. You know what I mean? Because at the end of it, my brother, we got to give your life to God.
Amen.
We need less of we and more of God.
Amen. Thank you.
He's the guide and the protector. And he got to show you out through the life. And once you know God, nothing don't hard for you. No joining, because you make a way when it seems to be no way.
Exactly.
And sometimes I say, listen, I cannot achieve certain things. And I tell myself, watch, I cannot achieve, like work hard and cannot achieve these things, you know. And you know, since I start praising God, I'm working for less money.
Are you seeing your way better?
I see me way 3 times more. Right? I imagine I was working with 10,000 a day. For 8 years, I mean save 100,000. And I work in some day for $1,000 and all them things now. And I saving far more than that. You believe that?
Wow.
You know why? You know God, you're sporting, You live in a wild life. So every sin that you got, you see what you're doing
Doing it. Boy.
So we all got to know God, man.
Hey, thanks for your contribution, brother.
Yeah, my brother.
Blessings.
All right, call you, take him over the river. So just see, you don't long to call you because you put up the wrong number, call your phone, You're not answering them. But then you're sitting number for the thing. So they will call your phone and say, oh God, I can't get you. Or they say the devil's a liar, I can't get you.
Hear you.
I get you.
Blessings, my buddy.
All right,
yeah. Wow. That's our first caller. Fiery. Caller, good night.
Good evening, Brother Casper.
Good evening, and Bianca.
Good evening.
What the brother said is so true. Because the thing about it, for me, if you haven't, I'm learning every day. If you haven't gone through, how would you come through?
Correct.
And what he said with the drinking and the partying and all that, you don't have to spend on that. Or like MASH, we watch it what we wanted to watch at the TV. And then I said to my son, we will go for a walk. And then in the afternoon, I said, look, I don't want to go anymore. And he said, Mom, okay, I'm going to go. And he came back quick, and I said, what happened? He said, sure, big women whining and gyrating half naked. And I felt bad because he was 17, and he's saying big women, you know. And we always tell him, oh, the old people is where we learn from. But I taught him from, day to day that we got to know God for ourselves. We can look at people, we can learn, because sometimes we put our trust in so many leaders, and then if we don't see they're going the way of God, people backslide. But when you know God for yourself, and you can tap in as an individual or a family, when a trial and a tribulation come, you know who you believe in without doubting, without persuading that he's more than able. So I agree with what the brother saying, where people would say, oh God, it's boring, innocent, boring, and we encounter that, because when I go to church, I might be look all uptight and all that, but when I get into church, that's my chill spot.
Wow.
Worship God all crazy. And then I pick up my decency, clutch my purse, and I'm out again.
That's right.
Because, when I used to party real hard.
Party hard.
I'm giving God 120. I'm not giving him 100. And you know what? Match day, we see some of the sisters that's running when they're telling me once and she should scream too hard, because that's like, hallelujah! Jesus, we worship you, God. You're awesome. And they're running, but the whining, match day for Satan. But they won't stand next to me when I worship God. You know why I sing? Because I'm happy. I sing because I'm alive. I sing because I know what is my purpose and destiny that God saved me for. So if you don't know, just find out. So when I go to church, I said to my husband, he's all fine and my son is fine. But I can go before God radical because I know what God did, where God is carrying me, and what is my purpose and destiny. And as long as you understand those things, brother and sister, guess what? Just ask them to excuse you, because they pretend in the church, and some of them talk about love and unity, and they're hugging you because you're too deep. But match day, they were deeper for Satan.
Jesus.
Guys, be blessed.
All right, dear, thanks.
Thank you for your
wow, it's fiery tonight. You see what I'm telling you? First time when I go to church, and my wife would reach out to God and tears start flowing. I used to say, girl, are you gonna cry in church? Cause people feel like do you something.
No, you make it joke when you touch.
But when the presence and the anointing start flowing, and sometimes only tears.
It's a beautiful feeling.
You ever cry without? Nothing happened to you, but
yeah.
The presence is just so much, and just tears. It happened to me.
Let me tell you, listen. It was at one point I'm like, oh gosh, a feeling. It's like a feeling start boiling up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, I can't deal with it. I'll just let it go, and then I'm start crying.
Yeah, and it's uncontrollable.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's a nice feeling. It's blissful, blissful feeling. Yeah.
Bianca, you notice we haven't taken any other break. this discussion tonight. Listen, this might be our final call for tonight. Carla, good evening to you.
Hi, good evening, brother.
Good night.
I don't really know the topic, but I'm picking up from the sisters. And one of the things that I have found that when it comes to worship, we are all different. For me, sometimes I stand quiet, hold my hand, and I am there in God. I don't have to jump and all that. But I had an experience. I was in prison. I got saved in prison. And I remember I was looking at a testimony in prison got a dining hall with Nali Mendes. And this testimony touched me so much because God didn't just help this lady. She helped her to fix her teeth and everything in one night. And I got the same problem. And I was standing among all these hard criminals. and tears running down my cheek, and I could not have controlled it. And sometimes when God touch you, that's what happens. There's nothing you can do to control yourself. And you know this as a man, you there in prison, around all them man, tears coming down your cheek.
I know what you're talking about, brother. Trust me. Yeah.
I could not have controlled it, but I realized it was God, because that testimony speaks directly to me. It's like God was saying what He will do for me and what He is doing for me.
Wow.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm listening to you up here.
Yeah, man. Respect. Thanks. You're welcome, bro. This is what this program is, that you are not a mistake.
Definitely
we give
you're
people a reason to live. You vent how you feel, express. And that is why I'm so vocal. I don't allow things to keep things inside of me and weigh me down. I see you and I hate you, but me can't tell you. Listen, back if you do me something, sis, you would know. Because I would say, sis, you do da. And me, you good after that, be good. But some people, you tell them, no, them is the enemy for the rest. Because you're supposed to talk to them like that.
But that tells you where the person is.
Yeah.
That tells you where the person is.
So
we haven't taken any break.
Yeah, but when we go, we just break and that's it.
I will do all the ads right there and then.
Yeah, so, what's your take in closing tonight, in all that we would have mentioned? I mean, we touched a little bit on, both stayed home with Marsh, but we still had fun and everything. About honoring those that would have paved the way. Now when they're dead, they say nice words, but while they're alive, they could receive something tangible that they will remember. At least somebody, remember me for what I've done.
Right.
And not receiving whatever in glory alone.
Right.
But in my earthly state, I could, I could have something to say, yes. People remember me to say thank you. What is your take?
Everybody deserves to be loved. Everybody deserves to feel appreciated, male or female. When it comes to persons offering their time and making sacrifices to impact the lives of people in the nation, especially if they came from in the early days, I purposefully believe that, hey, they deserve more than just hats off. Yes, go big for them. Make them feel that, listen, we appreciate all that you did. We adore your efforts, your sacrifices, and everything you would have done. Now, people prefer to do it in different ways. So you cannot be predictable in celebrating people or honoring them. So yes, some people choose to do it in the form of a plaque. Some people prefer to do a little ceremony where you sing their songs, you put on a concert surrounding them. Different areas, different ways and means of giving back to people. Probably can put a street name with somebody.
Oh,
give them a big
Big
thank you, a big honor. And so as we wind down this program this evening, I just want to remind us all that we are awesome and we are definitely not a mistake. And this program, I'm just really grateful for it, because every time I come, I feel nice, I feel like I've accomplished something. And especially when we hear from people, I really feel that, listen, we're not just here passing time. We're here impacting not only each other, but the people out there.
Yeah.
And I really want to say thank you guys very much for tuning in. It's been an honor and a privilege. Remember that you are not a mistake. You definitely are not a mistake. And understand that there are some things in life that happens, and some things you just have to say no. No way.
Of course.
No way. Even when they seem shiny and nice and they seem like, listen, this might be a good offer, connect one with God. Be one with yourself. Assess things. Don't make rash decisions, especially when it comes to big offers in life, big permanent decisions in your life. Be slow, be quick, be steady, be persistent, and you will win the race. And stay tuned with God, most definitely.
Oh yeah, you better ask somebody. You gotta close off with a line, girl. You gotta close off with a... Listen, thank you guys very much. I trust that you really do have a successful week ahead in terms of your work and all of that.
Definitely.
Sunday, God willing, we will be back right here to share. We're not sure what the topic will be, but every week we come with something different. Maybe we talk to somebody with something that they have. Let's support each other, hold each other up, pray for each other, and you will see how the blessings will go. When you hear the beep, you know that our time is expired. All right. So, like Bianca said, we are grateful. Thank you for taking the time out for listening, for calling in and sharing how you feel. we're very much grateful for your feedback. Continue to pray for us and our family as well. Definitely. And, you know, all will be well. So enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, guys. So see you next week, same time, same place. Have a good week ahead, guys. Take good care.
Oh, yeah? You better ask somebody. I got to end the line for her. That's our line ended.
Bye.
It's all you, in tune with the rhythm of the island. Hey, it's all you. The flavors of the islands like wind in the sun.
With your vitamins A and C.
Follow your island spirit. It's the rhythm of the islands. We're gonna break your strength vibrates.
Enjoy.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy.
So we come to dance.
Enjoy.
Drinking the rhythm.
Attitude. Give me attitude. Next. Action. Guys, where's the ice cream? Cut! In 4 delectable flavors, the new Super Premium Royal Ripple ice cream is smooth, unbelievably rich, and far more affordable than you think. Royal Ripple Super Premium from Sterling Products Limited.
What do you do with your old vehicle batteries, cell phones, and computers? Bring them to Dens Trading. They specialize in recycling your old batteries from your car or truck or from devices like your cell phone and out-of-service computer motherboards. Dens Trading will give you cash for the devices you want to throw away. So what are you waiting for? Come into Dens Trading at 39 Broad Street, Charlestown, Georgetown today or call them on 616-0412, 622-0455, 670-0268 or 225-9444.
As the Ministry of Social Protection continues to improve the transparency, accountability, and service delivery of the senior citizens pension system, we're kindly advising all beneficiaries of the senior citizens pension to contact their nearest GCOM office and make an application to update their information to the 9-digit National Identification Card. As of March 1, 2018, the Ministry of Social Protection will not be facilitating the processing of senior citizens' pension vouchers without the presentation of the 9-digit identification card. We thank you for your cooperation.
This is a message from the Ministry of Social Protection.
You have always trusted Kester D's Gospel Music Center for the best in gospel CDs and DVDs. He has also been known as the best person to duplicate your CDs and DVDs. Download your favorite gospel music on memory cards, flash drives, smartphones, and other devices. Well, now, Kester D has moved to a bigger and better location at Lot 206 Eastern half of Charlotte Street between Alexander and Camp Streets. For more information, call Kester D on 600-3991 today. Kester D's Gospel Music Center, the home of gospel music